All right, guys, we are here. It's your boy Winster. We are at Amazing Discovery. We got a Flame Swordsman deck profile, undefeated.
So, hello everyone, I'm Michael, and recently, last week, I got an undefeated by using the Flame Swordsman with Infernoble Knights deck, and this two system works very well when they are putting together. So today I'm gonna introduce you the Flame Swordsman with Infernoble Knights deck. The fighting Flame Swordsman. I bring 3 fighting Flame Swordsmen. They are very good monsters for normal summon, and they are very important points that can search all the Flame Swords monsters. And when they are sending to the grave, you can send a Salamandra monster from your deck or extra deck. Can search a Salamandra spell trap when they are sending to the grave. This monster itself can be an equipped spell to a monster on your field when this card is in your hand or grave. It's the Fighting Flame Sword. Which is also a very important spell trap. It can both do the search and can protect your Flame Swords monsters from target effects. And here comes the Flame Sorcery. This is a continuous spell. It has 2 important effects. First, your opponent cannot respond to your Fire Warrior's normal summon. And this card can fusion summon a Flame Swordsman by sending a monster in your hand or on the field to the grave. These are the 2 Salamandra spell traps that when Salamandra Fighting Flame Dragon are sending to the grave, you can search one of these 2. This trap is a Book of the Moon, and this equipped spell can help us to fusion summon the ultimate Flame Swordsman, which we will introduce them later. First, I bring 3 Infernoble Knights Renaud. Renaud is a very important monster in the whole Infernoble Knights deck. It can special summon from your hand and become a tuner. It's a very important level 1 tuner, and it's the easiest way you get a level 1 tuner. So I bring 3 of them. My next choice is a bit different from other players because I bring 3 Turpin. I see many Infernoble Knights deck only bring 1 Turpin, but I think 3 Turpin is necessary in this deck. It is a very important monster that can special summon from your hand or grave when you have control a warrior monster that has that is equipped. Next one is the Ogier. The Ogier is also a very nice point that allows you to know that for normal summon. When this card is normal summon, you can send a Fire Warrior monster from your deck to the grave, which you can send the Fighting Flame Swordsman to the grave. And when Fighting Flame Swordsman to the grave, continue the combo that Fighting Flame Swordsman send Salamandra the Fighting Flame Dragon, and the Salamandra Fighting Flame Dragon search the Salamandra spell trap. So Ogier you must bring 3 Ogier in your deck. The next one is the Brad Mace. Some decks don't bring Brad Mace, but I think Brad Mace helps you to search your deck, the equipped spells in your deck. So I still bring 2 of them, and it's a very beautiful monster that you really expect to see when you draw cards. The next one is the Ricardato, Some players playing Infernoble Knights bring 1 of them, but I think bringing 2 is also fine. So I bring 2 of them. Ricardato has 2 effects. First, when you normal or special summon Ricardato, you can special summon a Fire Warrior monster from your grave, but for the rest of the turn, you can only special summon Warrior monsters. But that doesn't matter for the Infernoble Knights deck, since the whole deck is a Warrior monster deck. And the second effect is you can banish this card from your hand or grave to special summon a Warrior monster from your hand, treat as a tuner. You can special summon Fighting Flame Swordsman from your hand by banishing this card from your grave or hand. And the rest are the bring 1 cards. First is Mogis. Mogis is a monster you don't expect him to come to your hand. Mostly because Mogis effect is when this card is sent to the grave, you can shuffle 3 equip spells or Fire Warrior monsters that are in your grave are banished, shuffle them back to your deck, and then draw a card. We usually use Emperor Child's effect to equip Mogis, and then pop Mogis to shuffle the rest of the cards back to their deck and draw a card. Mogis, only one Mogis. Oliver, actually you can bring 2 Oliver, but I only bring 1. Oliver is a monster that you can special summon this card from your hand by sending a Fire Warrior monster or an equip spell. You can then special summon Oliver from your hand to the field. But Oliver's special summon in this way is treated as a level 1 monster. It's sometimes useful, but most of the time we also use Emperor Child's effect to equip Oliver, because when Oliver became an equip spell of your monster, your opponent cannot target that monster according to Oliver's effect. And then Astolfo, 1 Astolfo, because both effects of Astolfo, you can only use them once per duel, so only 1 Astolfo. The last is one of my favorite cards in the deck, Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. It is a very good monster negates, and you can easily special summon this card from your hand. But since its level is too high, so 1 or 2 Gearfried in your deck. I only bring 1, but you can also bring 2 if you want. So that's the monsters parts, and here are the spell trap parts for the Infernoble Knights. First of all, 2 Noble Arms Museum. You can use them to search. You can use them to search equip spells of Noble Arms equip spells, and also it's important that they can special summon monsters in your spell trap zone to the monster zone, which helps you to make your field makes more monsters on your field. They are the core of your deck. Let's introduce the Noble Infernoble Arms first. Infernoble Arms Elmace. This card helps to equip other Noble Arms. So only 1 Elmace. And if you like, you don't have to bring Elmace also. And we have Joyviews. The Joyviews is a very useful equip spell. It can return a warrior monster from your grave back to your hand. It sometimes helps to return Gearfried from your grave back to your hand. But since most of the time you do not have enough Fire Warrior monsters in your grave, so only 1 Joyviews. And the most important Noble Arms in your deck, the Durando. The Durando, you can use Durando to search all Fire Warrior monsters lower than level 4. Bring 3 Durando. You expected to see them in your hand. The last one is Angelica's Ring. The Angelica's Ring is not a Noble Arm equip spell, so you cannot use Noble Arms Museum to search. We use Broad Mace to equip Angelica's Ring to your monster. Although you cannot search Angelica's Ring by Noble Arms Museum, but she's still a very important card, because you can use Angelica's Ring to negate the first spell effects your opponent activates. This is a very important effect because you can use this Angelica's Ring to negate Super Poly, Dark Ruler No More. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dark Ruler No More.
This is the first card that you would usually play.
Yeah.
Or Pot of Prosperity.
Yeah, Pot of Prosperity also. Okay. And this card also has some other ways to use. I will talk about them later. And the last one is the Horn of Elephant. Actually, you do not have to bring Horn of Elephant in your deck. But I like this deck, but I like this card because sometimes you can use Angelica to search this card, which I will explain later. If you already have Noble Arms Museum in your hand, you can use Angelica to search this one, but you don't have to bring. We will have a quick explanation to our extra deck. Introduce the Flame Swords extra deck. The Flame Swordsman is the basic monster of this deck because you can only use Flame Swordsman to fusion summon the original Flame Swordsman, to special summon this card from your to the field, and then you can use Salamandra, the Flying Flame Dragon, to search the Salamandra fusion, equip the Salamandra fusion to the Flame Swordsman, and send both of them to the grave to fusion summon the ultimate Flame Swordsman. It's a very powerful card for you OTK your opponent. This card has two effects. The first is this card can pop a monster on the field and gives your opponent 500 damage. This effect becomes a quick effect when this card has equipped spells. Is equipped. The second effect is this card's attack became doubled during battle phase. This card's attack can be over 900 or even 10,000 sometimes. So that's the part of the Flame Swordsman. And this one, just forget this one. Send this card from our extra deck to the grave by the Fighting Flame Swordsman. And this card can be the equipped monster on the field. Mostly, we equip this card to Ultimate Flame Swordsman. Let you know about the core of our whole deck, the Angelica Princess of Noble Arms. She is the most important part of Infernoble Knights. After ISO the Tales of Noble Knights were banned, she became the most important card in our whole deck. When she is special summoned from extra deck, you can use her to search a Noble Arm Museum or Spell Trap Dimensions Roland, which is Horn of Elephant. But most of the time, we use her to search Noble Arms Museum. The second effect is when she is targeted by a card effects, both you and your opponent card effects, or your opponent attacks her, she can banish herself until end phase, and send a Fire Warrior monster from your deck to the grave, and then special summon a Roland monster. That is very, very insane. I think that's a very insane effect. You can special summon Roland from your extra deck in this way, and she will come back at the end phase. And Roland. Roland is special summoned by Angelica. Here comes our most handsome guy in our whole deck, the Infernoble Knight, Emperor Charles, and Emperor Charles the Great. We use Roland and a level 4 monster to synchro summon Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. And then we equip Roland to Emperor Charles to link summon the Emperor Charles the Great, because Emperor Charles the Great must use Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles with an equipped card as a link material. That's all for our Infernoble Knights cards. And here are some rest cards I bring in my extra deck. You can use 2 level 4 monsters to XYZ summon this card, and then when this card is XYZ summoned, you can use it to search Fire Warrior monster. Oh, any warrior monster actually, lower than level 4. And Brownie the Floor. This guy, I think you are not. You are all familiar with it. Brownie the Floor, because Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles is a level 9 monster, so if you find a level 1 tuner, you can use it to synchro summon Brownie the Floor. And this guy, you can change it to any extra monster you want. For example, Typhon or Zeus or SP Little Knight, they are all fine. But I like number 41, so I bring number 41. That's all for our today's deck introduction.
Yeah.
And if you want to know more combo of this deck or some details, you can why not build a deck by yourself and try it. I think it's a very interesting deck, and I hope everyone can enjoy this video and enjoy this deck. Thank you very much.